Consider this the world you're presently experiencing. The actual reality around you is merely one layer of existence. Beyond this layer, there are worlds or higher dimensions with distinct laws, where time and space do not constrain you and your whole potential awaits realization. What if I told you there's a way to instantly access these dimensions? Not only that, but you'll be able to tap into a vibration 10 times greater than you're presently feeling. Click subscribe to this channel to discover more about the God connection. I know it seems almost too wonderful to be true, but there is a reason you're listening to this. Have you searched, looking for something deeper, something beyond the commonplace? You've always felt there was more to existence than this three-dimensional realm. You've had times when you noticed it, perhaps while meditating, maybe via a vivid dream, or possibly at a period of total stillness in which everything seems to link. Those moments, linguistic accidents, were invitations to something much beyond what most people have ever experienced. The difficulty is that we get imprisoned. We get imprisoned in this physical reality because we are programmed to think that it is all that exists from the moment we are born. We are taught to perceive the world in a certain manner. We are taught to only trust what we can see, touch, and measure. But what if I told you that the most crucial things you can't see? What if I told you that the top dimensions are too far away? However, we've been led to think that reaching these higher levels is tough, requires years of spiritual work or a particular aptitude. However, this is not true. You already have everything you need to connect to these places. The key is vibration. The cosmos is made out of energy that vibrates at different frequencies. The physical world vibrates at a lower frequency, which explains why it seems solid and real. However, higher dimensions operate at far higher frequencies. The only thing preventing you from recognizing them is the energy you're now focused on. So how can we remedy this? How can we raise our vibration to meet the higher realms? It all begins with consciousness. Most of us operate on autopilot, going through the motions of our everyday lives without ever stopping to ponder the broader picture. However, when you become more aware and pay attention to the energy around you, as well as your own thoughts and emotions, patterns appear. You realize that everything is interrelated, and it is with this insight that the change starts. However, consciousness alone cannot provide complete access to these higher worlds. You should increase your vibration. One of the most effective ways to do this is with purpose. You see, energy follows purpose. Your ideas, emotions, and beliefs. They all share a frequency. When you declare a clear desire to connect with higher levels, you send a signal into the universe. You're balancing your energy with higher frequencies. The universe responds. But allow me to ask you a question. What are you presently focused on? What are you focusing on? Because anything you concentrate on generates energy. If you are always focused on fear, uncertainty, or restriction, your vibration will remain low. But if you start focused on love, appreciation, and growth, you'll boost your vibration and get access to those higher realms. One of the easiest ways to raise your vibration is to alter your emotional state. Emotions are energy, and each one vibrates at a different frequency. Fear, anger, and despair have a lower frequency than love, pleasure, and gratitude. So if you want to reach the higher dimensions, you must connect with these higher emotions. It's not about making oneself happy all of the time. It is about being aware of your emotional state and actively choosing to modify it as needed. This is where practices like meditation and mindfulness come in. When you meditate, you do more than just sit motionless. You are attuned to the universe's sensitive vibrations. You are drowning out the clamor of the earthly world and opening yourself up to the higher realms. But it's more than simply sitting there. It is about deciding to connect with these higher levels. It is about opening your heart, quieting your mind, and allowing yourself to feel the presence of something greater. But here is the deal. It is more than just sitting in meditation for hours. You may reach these higher dimensions at any moment. It is about being completely present, attentive, and in tune with your higher self. It is about bringing the energy of those higher levels into your everyday life via every action, thought, and contact. Now, I want you to think about what is holding you back. What ideas, attitudes, and patterns keep you locked at a low vibration? Because whatever it is only an illusion. It's not real. The wall that separates you from the higher dimensions is not real. They only exist because you believe in them. And when you let go of those beliefs, the fear, uncertainty, and restriction, you'll notice a difference. You will experience an increase in your frequency and get access to higher worlds. But this is only the beginning. There's so much more to this incredible process, and we're going to go even deeper. Are you ready to step up your vibration? When we say raise your vibration, we don't just mean feeling better or having a positive attitude. We're talking about a quantum leap in awareness. This is the kind of upheaval that may completely transform your existence. When you raise your vibration to match the higher dimensions, you begin to see the world in an entirely new way. You start to see that reality is not fixed. It is fluid, flexible, and responds to the energy you give forth. But here's the thing, most people are ignorant of this. Most individuals are in a reactive mode. They think that life occurs to them and that their fate is determined by external circumstances. However, this is not true. You have the potential to modify your surroundings. You have the potential to create the life you want. And it all starts with your frequency. You see, everything, including you, is composed of energy. And energy is always in motion. The frequency of your vibration affects the events, people, and opportunities that come into your life. It's akin to listening to a radio station. If you vibrate at a low frequency, you will accumulate static. However, when your frequency increases, you become conscious of a specific signal that corresponds to the higher worlds. Think about it. How would your life change if you could actively choose which frequency to listen to? What if you could purposely increase your frequency and alter your whole reality? Because this is exactly what occurs when you access higher dimensions. The norms of the physical universe no longer apply in the same way they did before. Time begins to feel different. Synchronicities rapidly become frequent manifestations, and you start to feel overwhelmed and connected to everything around you. But how can you achieve the quantum leap? How can one get from living in a dense, three-dimensional world to experiencing the wonders of higher dimensions? It all starts with understanding one fundamental fact. You're already multifaceted. You are more than just this physical body. You are the source of energy, awareness, and illumination. You now exist in several dimensions at the same moment. The problem is that most of us have become so obsessed with the physical, with the concrete, that we have lost touch with our true nature. But there's some good news. You can reconnect. You can remember who you really are. You do. Everything changes. The first step is to raise your awareness. I want you to see your awareness as a beam of light. Typically, this beam focuses solely on the physical world. However, as your awareness expands, the light starts to broaden. As your consciousness grows beyond the material, you begin to notice the subtle energy around you. You begin to sense the presence of higher worlds. Most importantly, you come to realize that you are not distinct from these places. You are part of them. So how can we raise our awareness? One of the most successful strategies is to be present. When you are totally present in the moment, without interruptions or judgment, you may tap into the energy of the present. And here is where the higher dimensions reside. They don't exist in the past or the future. They exist in the everlasting present. That's why being present is so beneficial. It's like opening a gateway to the higher worlds. However, just presence is inadequate to get complete access to these realities. You must increase your vibration, which is achieved via alignment. It's about aligning your ideas, emotions, and actions with your higher self. When you're aligned, you vibrate at a higher frequency, and as your vibrational frequency rises, you get access to new levels. Now I know what you were thinking. How can I connect with my higher self? How can I maintain that high vibration when life becomes chaotic? When do difficulties arise? The remedy is surprisingly easy. You should let go. Let go of the need for control. Let go of the desire to figure everything out. Let go of your concerns, doubts, and objections. Because these are the things that lower your energy. These are the things that keep you stuck in a dense physical reality. However, when you let go and submit, something amazing happens. Your vibration begins to increase naturally. You start feeling lighter, freer, and more spacious. This is when you begin to glimpse the upper dimensions. It's not about enforcing anything. It is about allowing yourself to flow with the cosmos. Allowing yourself to think that everything is going well, even if you can't see the entire picture yet. But here is the deal. You can't do something once and expect things to change instantly. This is a practice. It is a way of being. You must consistently show up for yourself. You must consciously choose to connect with your best self. Elevate your energy and stay present in the moment. And once you do, the results will speak for themselves. Changes in your surroundings will become apparent. You'll start to notice synchronicities and moments of pure delight when everything simply falls into place. You will feel more connected, tranquil, and in sync with the universe. But allow me to ask you a question. What would your life look like if you really accepted this? If you really claimed power as a multidimensional being? You have the potential to raise your vibration and live from that higher frequency every day, since that is the opportunity you are now presented with. You may rapidly modify your frequency and attain these higher levels. Once you do, everything changes. You begin to realize that you are the creator of your world. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are not at the mercy of external forces. You are very powerful, and you have the ability to mold your life in ways you never believed possible. But this is only the beginning. There is so much to explore. There is a lot more to discover about who you genuinely are and what you are capable of. So are you ready to take the next step? Are you ready to take the quantum leap and raise your vibration? So you've increased your vibration, you've started to interact with higher levels and see the world in completely new ways. But now what? What will happen next? This is where things become fascinating, because once you get access to these upper levels, you realize there are no limits. The boundaries of the physical world no longer apply. You are no longer limited by time, space, or the laws of physics as we know them. You are an infinite being who lives in a world of boundless possibilities. But here's the thing, most individuals just scratch the surface of what is possible. They get a taste of greater dimensions. They have a moment of clarity or progress. Then they revert to their previous states of being. They are attracted back into the physical world's density with its noise, diversions, and limitations. You don't need to do that. You are not required to return to your former way of life. You can keep that higher vibration every day. You have the chance to live from a position of limitless possibility. But how do you do it? How can you live in the physical world while being connected to the upper dimensions? It's all about integration. It is one thing to reach higher levels when meditating or in moments of quiet. However, the true magic happens when you learn to integrate those higher frequencies into your everyday life. When you infuse the energy of higher dimensions into all you do, including your relationships, work, creativity, and health, you begin to live in true harmony. And here is where your higher self comes in, the part of yourself that lives outside of the body, the ego, the end, and the limits of this planet. It is a portion of you that is constantly connected to the higher dimensions and vibrates at a higher frequency. And when you connect with your higher self, you begin to live from a position of limitless potential. But I've got a question for you. How often do you listen to your higher self? How frequently do you listen to your inner voice or seek guidance from within? Your higher self is continuously communicating with you. It is continually guiding you and showing you the way. But most of the time, we're too absorbed with the noise to hear it. We're too busy listening to the voices of fear, uncertainty, and restriction. However, once you learn to silence those voices and tune in to the frequency of your higher self, everything changes. You start to see the bigger picture. You realize that you are more than just your physical body and personality. You learn to live in trust, knowing that the cosmos is always there for you, leading you to your ultimate good. Herein lies the genuine power of the miraculous method. When you continue to connect with your higher self, raise your vibration, and live at a higher frequency, you will begin to create miracles in your life. You begin to materialize things that you previously believed were impossible. You start attracting chances, events, and people that align with your innermost purpose. You begin to live in a state of flow, in which everything seems to fall into place automatically. However, consistency is crucial. You have to make this a way of life. You cannot just increase your frequency once and expect everything to change. You must resolve to live at that higher frequency every day. You must commit to aligning with your higher self, following its guidance, and trusting the process. So let me ask you, are you ready to make that commitment? Are you ready to live from a position of unlimited potential? Because the reality is, you already have all you need to access these higher levels. Boost your vibration and live the life you've always wanted. The only issue is whether you are prepared to step into that power.